kilo سيدات, bout number 2 in the women's flyweight division, 51 kilograms.
So there is 19-year-old Sumaiya Qosimova.
في الركن الأزرق من الفلبين, in the blue corner representing the Philippines, Irish Magno.
And her opponent is 28-year-old Irish Magno. Irish Magno
referee from Slovakia,
losing to Mary Com in her quarter-final. So Radoslav Simonov of Slovakia with the final instructions.
Box. Round 1.
This is the final contest in the women's 51-kilogram flyweight box-off to determine who the 6th flyweight going through to Tokyo 2020 will be from the Asia-Oceania qualifier. And what a start from the woman in blue. The skillful, muscular, heavy-handed Irish Magno, 28 years of age. She's facing off against the teenager, 19-year-old Sumaiya Qosimova. And her head has been swiveled repeatedly as she's been hit with punches from both flanks. And I was interested to see, Alex, just how Qosimova is going to bounce back, because both of these boxers in the same position at having been defeated in their quarterfinals as Magno. But Qosimova was rather dominated by Chan. Her mindset be this another opportunity, of course, but she's going to have that defeat, which was rather one-sided. Some
say that the women's 51-kilogram class throughout this competition has been outstanding. Advantage in size. I think she's such a small 51 that, I mean, throughout this competition, in her contest, but I just think in terms of her size, she's just so much smaller than the rest. And it really goes to show how brave and tough she is as well, competing with these, what appears to be much bigger 51-kilogram girls. She's technically very good as well. I mentioned on occasion her balance. She's got a great left jab. She's difficult for anyone to come up against.
Very good opening round in favour of Irish Magno.
When her body does develop and she does become a physically stronger and a little bit bigger 51, after having competed against all these super strong, brilliant, fit, you know, older girls at this weight class who are big 51s, you know, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, I would say.
Well, 3 of the judges, 4, 3, 4 and 5, scoring it 10-8 in favour of Irish Magno in recognition of the dom. So into the second round then, remember the winner going through to Tokyo 2020. Nice overhand right landed by Qosimova. She put on a very skillful display to defeat Jordan's, and there's another right hand over the top from the woman in red, but she defeated Jordan's Reem Almeril. The right hand which is very stiff. And a right left from Magno. So Magno looking to assert herself here, and she's backing up the teenager in red. Coming out after conceding the opening round rather widely, but she's being backed up now, and the referee taking a close look because Magno is a heavy-handed.
Little girl in red with her name emblazoned over the back of a red vest, shipping some heavy shots here now.
Big right hand around.
In terms of physicality, Magno knows that she can push forward without worrying too much about what's coming back.
To get her hand raised in this one.
Oh, good punch in there from Irish Magno. Good, straight, sharp 1-2s, recollecting her feet. The last kind of person you want to come up against is an Irish Filipino. It's a tough task. Let's take a little step back and reassess, see if she can think about finding other ways through. She's doing pretty well as she is.
10-9 for judges 1 and 2, 10-8 for judges 3, 4 and 5. There was a terrific start from Qosimova. But then as the round went on, Magno began to find the mark, and some of these punches were heavy indeed. So there's no problem with Qosimova's toughness, despite being probably outweighed, even though we're in the same weight division. outsized. She's still in there battling. But it's another dominant round in favor of the woman in blue. 10-8 across the board. All 5 judges scoring for Magno by a 2-point margin. So into the third and final round then. And the woman in blue, the question here, I suppose, is how will she choose to approach this? She's ahead by a proverbial country mile on the scorecard. There's a beautiful, she looked to continue to stamp her authority and look for a second stoppage victory of Oman 2020, because remember, she scored a second round stoppage over Winnie Ao Yin Yin of Hong Kong in her opening bout.
She looked very, very good doing it.
Well, she's stepping on the gas here. I think we've got the answer to our question. She's looking to bring about a standing count and possibly a stoppage. A bunch of fans back home and indeed beyond for the manner in which she's competed.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
During the course of this tournament.
Very, very brave young girl. Let's not forget, 19 years of age. Competing.
So closing second then, as Magno scores with a left jab, the second one blocked as Qosimova put up the gloves of this round after coming out very aggressively. To begin the third stanza, but it will be the woman in blue who is going through to Tokyo 2020, and wonderful to see that warm embrace between the two boxers.
Lovely.
But with Tokyo on the line, it is Irish Magno, the 28-year-old from the Philippines, who set her stall out early and set about dominating.
Oh, nice to see. Out of Tajikistan.
And the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner from the Philippines, Irish Magno.
So Irish Magno through to Tokyo 2020. After a dominant display against 19-year-old Sumaiya Qosimova of Tajikistan. She's acknowledging the applause she's receiving here. Handshakes all around. A very good performance. Sumaiya Qosimova has accumulated invaluable experience here at Oman 2020.
She sure has.
And if selected for the global qualifier in Paris, well, there is still an opportunity to make it. That'll be down to the Tajikistan Federation, of course. But she is their reigning national champion at 51 kilograms. So a good chance that we'll see her in the French capital. But what wonderful experience
just
for her to be competing on this stage at such a young age.
So good for her, Ronald. It really is. I couldn't say it enough throughout. And she showed so many good characteristics as well for a 19-year-old boxer. Clearly nothing wrong with her heart. And I'm quite sure when she fully grows into that 51 kilogram division, she will be a force to be reckoned with.